Hello, all, and welcome to the Paycheck Budget Check In. I'm going to be going over expenses that has happened between October 27th, which is my pay date, and today, November 4th. I get paid again on the 10th. So I'm going to just document what has happened already and what I expect to happen between now and my next payday. So if you're interested, come on back. Welcome back, and my name is Melissa. And on this channel, I am documenting my financial journey. I am looking to be debt free and financially free. So I'm going through and I'm tracking paycheck budgets, monthly budgets. I do also budget in YNAB, but there will be a video coming up when I get paid. So stay tuned for that. But let's go ahead and do a check in with our budget. So into the income section, first off, the best way to start is to start with your income. So my rollover, I wasn't expecting anything because my last paycheck was very meager. But anywho, I ended up rolling over big old $4.99. Now, that sounds a little bit small, but I will take it. Any little rollover is accepted here. I am not going to be biased. Next up, I got my paycheck. So my paycheck was a little bit less than what I had budgeted for. It came in at $2,357.32. Now, hubby sent over his contribution, and he actually sent over $1,160. Now, the extra $160 was something that he sent me yesterday, just out of the blue. I told him that I needed some extra money, and he was able to send me $160. And also in the month of October, I got a little bit of interest from my checking account. So I'm leaving it in my personal checking account of 21 cents. And I also got a random check from my insurance. Um, and my insurance usually does this sometimes. They won't pay the doctor's office directly. They'll send me a check, and then the doctor's office will then bill me. So I'm looking for that bill to come in the mail. I haven't received it yet, but I did receive the check for a total of $347.56. So that bring me a total of other income, miscellaneous income of $347.77, and that gives me a total income or inflow of $3,870.08. Now let's go over to the fixed expenses. And the fixed expenses, these are what I budgeted in the month. So the babysitter came in on budget for $220 on the 27th. So did the support for my daughter at $263. SiriusXM came in under budget this month for $6.03. I'm not sure what happened, but I'm not even going to ask. I'm not complaining. My internet was over budget. I paid $116.06. Not sure what happened. Could be taxes, but I will be calling them on Monday trying to figure out why my internet bill was so high. My cell phone came in on budget because I did see the bill before I budgeted this paycheck for $252.94. Now, rent, which is due on the 1st, I did notice in this budget that I wasn't going to be able to pay my full rent. So $900 is not my rent. I wish it was, but it's not. My rent is actually $2,500. And if you haven't seen my paycheck budget for October paycheck number two, I'll link that video in the cards. The $900 was left over from the monies that I had, but I wanted to put 900 aside to be something that I use in addition to what I'm getting paid, but it didn't work out like that. So I didn't put anything towards the rent. I'm not panicking because I do have a grace period till the 7th, and I'm getting paid again on the 10th. So I'll be able to take care of that before And there's a couple days in between the time that they receive the check to when they deposit the check, because I do an actual paper check. So for those 2 days between my payday and when it's due, I think I'll be okay. I've done it before. It's sad to say, but when you're struggling, you got to do what you got to do. So it will be paid. I did pay the babysitter again for $220 on the 3rd, which was yesterday. HB Inc. is due tomorrow. Like I said, today is November 4th. HB Inc. is due tomorrow on the 5th. But I don't think I'll be paying that because my old printer somehow had some mechanical issues and it wasn't working, died. So I ordered a new printer in the month of September. Um, so I got a printer and I set it up, and they told me that when I bought the printer, it came with an offer of 6 months of HP Ink subscription, which is what I have. So they're going to give me 6 months free for my ink subscription. So for 6 months, I won't be paying that $4.33, which is a win for me. So I'll take it. So I'm going to leave that for now because that's what they said. But today's still the 4th. So let's see what's going on. So everything else going down it's not time yet, so I'll leave those. Um, Only thing is for my kids, my daughter asked me to buy her these headphones for $13.02, and I did. So that's an additional expense that I didn't budget for. Also, at the end of October, as you can see, October 31st, my Klarna card, which is a subscription. So Klarna is paying for one of those paying for, I guess, debt. It is debt, because they give you advances. So they did send me a physical card, but there's a subscription for the card. Now I do use Klarna and Afterpay. Those were the two of those paying fours that I used. Afterpay, I canceled the subscription for that card. Klarna, I am still on the fence about it because I do have a physical card, and it's a lot different from the Afterpay card because if I do cancel that card, I'm going to have to order again if I ever need to use it. So I'm going to leave it. I have until the end of the month to decide whether or not I want to cancel it. So I did pay for the end of October, which was $4.99. Now that brings me to a total of $1,096.04. And for my total income, I have a leftover of $2,774.04. Now let's go down to the debt section. Now, my one main financial came out on budget for $300. My car payment, half of it came out for $500. So my Capital One number two card, I had a small balance on there for $117.74. I didn't want to pay any interest on it, so I went ahead and I paid that in full, $117.74. My Chase card, I use this card because I don't want the bank to close it or to even reduce my credit limit. So this card been at zero for a few months now. So what I did is when I went to go get my son's haircut, I put I charged this card for $40. So I went ahead and I paid it off in full for $40. My Marcus credit card, um, I had a charge on it. So if you did see my other videos, hubby and I are going on vacation at the end of the year. We're going on a cruise, but we have to fly to the port of departure, which is in Florida. So we ended up buying airplane tickets. I put the whole thing on this credit card for $523.56, and I went ahead and I paid it off in full, $523.56. So now this card is back to zero. Yes, and I'm going to keep it there. So Klarna, I did charge this card. I think I charged this card in late September, and there were two more payments left because it is paid in four and it's paying for every 2 weeks. So I do have two payments that were coming up in November, but I had some funds that I had at my disposal. So I went ahead and I paid this balance off, $243.58. I'm sorry, and 38 cents. I would have to pay this by the way because this is one of those paying for that you have to pay it. So I went ahead and I did that just to get it out of the way, get it out of my face, to get them out, because I actually, like I said, I want to cancel this credit card and stop using Klarna. But anyway, let's bring it back. Total debt payments was $1,724.68. That brings leftover down to $1,049.36. Now let's go. I'm going to go up to, let's see, let's go up to the variable spending. I went grocery shopping and I'm over budget. I'm not panicking because we're in the month of November. My budget for the month is $800. Um, so our pantry and fridge was practically empty. I do have children at home. So I went and I replenished our stores. So I ended up spending $397.64. Now I'm gonna have to figure it out for the end of the month to make what's left of it, just about $400 last. I think we'll do good. So because mostly I'll need fresh fruits and vegetables, and that will be it. Gas, I went to the gas station and spent $45 filling up. Eating out. My son and as in, I posted a short yesterday documenting a transaction that I did. So if you haven't seen it, budget over 40, look for my short. My son and I went to 7-Eleven and we got Slurpees. But total spent for eating out so far for the month of November is $18.21. And I'm pretty proud of myself because I am under budget, and usually I am way over budget, you know, of what, way over the amount that I've budgeted. So I'm doing great. Um, Personal, I spent $7.57. I didn't spend anything in copays. With meds, I spent $13.16. And for household, I spent $10.78. Now, I know you guys see that set of numbers on the outside of here. So if you've seen my closeout in YNAB and my closeout for the end of October, I did have a dental bill for $1,353 that I put on a credit card. I'm not going to put this as part of my budget because I cannot pay that right now in full. And however, I have submitted my receipts to the insurance company, so I'm waiting for them to reimburse me to put that money back on my credit card. So I'm putting it outside of my budget because I'm not going to be paying that right now. So total variable spent was $492.36, leaving me $557 even. So let's move down to the savings and sinking fund section. I did send $15 to my emergency fund and $10.62. Actually, I'm gonna just make it $12. I'll send the additional $2 over. The additional monies over. $12. So that's a total of $27. And you know what? Let's just round it up to $15, just to have an even number. So total savings and sinking funds is $30. So let's go down to our summary. So my income so far for the month, for the paycheck, I don't think I'm not expecting anything else unless hubby gets a little adventurous and sends some more money. So my total income or inflow is $3,870.08. I spent $1,096.04 in fixed expenses. I spent $1,724.68 in debt payments. My variable spending came in at $492.36. And my savings and sinking funds was a total of $30. And I'm going to go ahead and transfer the additional monies So it's leaving me with $527. And I put a note down here, $1,353 spent on my Capital One number, one car to be repaid sometime in November if the insurance check does not arrive in time. I'm gonna have to fit this somewhere in my budget, or it's gonna end up rolling over to another month. So I'll end up paying interest on it, which I don't want to. So we'll see how that goes. So this is my budget so far. I don't have any more debt payments that's scheduled for um, the rest of this month. I also don't have anything else other than these subscriptions. Klarna, I have already canceled that, so I know nothing's coming out. My YNAB is due on the 8th, so I'm expecting that to come out. But so far, this is what we're looking like. So I do have $527 to take me for another, what is that, 5 days? So let's see if we can do it. If you lasted this long in this video, please give me a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I'm gonna continue to document my journey. I want to take you guys along with me. Um, there are people out there that struggle. I'm struggling. It's not pretty, as you can see. I'm still waiting to pay my rent. I'm already 4 days into the month, and it's still not paid. So I am struggling. My bills are high, my credit cards and debt payments are high, but I'm working it out. So, guys, even though it's the start of the month, usually I would have blown my eating out budget already. Even getting Slurpees with my son yesterday, we would have gone a little bit overboard, but I did tell him, I said, we're stopping for just that one thing, and that's what we did, and he was happy, I was happy. So documenting on here and having to check in with my budget, which is something that I did before, but I wasn't being held accountable, and I was telling myself stories. So now that I have to put it out there for you guys to see, it's gonna help me to stay accountable. And I would appreciate you guys if you subscribe to the channel. Come back for more. It's only gonna get better from here. And with that said, I thank you all so much for watching. My name is Melissa. This is Budgeting Over 40. Bye, guys.